Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to another tutorial. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to actually generate those pre-foreclosure leads in two softwares. So first I'm going to do REIPro, then I'm going to actually do Propstream. So if you're using either programs, you definitely get to learn how to do it in one video. All right. So I actually use both softwares because both of them, I get different things that I like about both. So let's get right into it. All right. So let's go. So if you're using REIPro, you want to log into your account. Of course, it's going to take you to the dashboard, but you want to go over into the lead generation area. Now, all of these different leads, they're called lead types. All right, so you want to actually select your lead type. Of course, default is going to be vacant, but you want to go to pre-foreclosures. The next step is to actually add in the location. So you could add a city, county, or zip codes. What I would suggest is add a county in there because you're going to actually cover, with counties, you can cover a larger spectrum of markets, all right, in one area. All right, so you want to add a county. Now, if you want to go after if you want to narrow things down to a certain particular market, like a certain city or just certain zip codes, well, go with your city and those zip codes. Now, what I would suggest is if you're marketing to zip codes and a city or two, what you want to do is you don't want to use the same number that you're going to be using to market in a different city. Let's just say you're marketing in Canton, Ohio, right? You don't want to use that same area code in Mobile, Alabama. It's better to use a local area code in whatever market you're in. All right. So note that and you'll be good. All right. So I'm going to add a county in there. So let's go with Los Angeles County. There we go. So that's in Los Angeles. So we're going to pull up Los Angeles County. There are 2,643 pre-foreclosure leads in this market. All right. So the next step is to pretty much go over here into the section and filter everything down. All right, so we're gonna do that. And let me see if I could, yeah. So this is what I wanted to do pretty much. If you didn't know, you can actually minimize this left area. All right, so we're gonna go down to the common filters and we're gonna go straight to potential equity. So when you're doing pre-foreclosure, you wanna have at least 30% equity in the property. Some people, I've seen tutorials with 20%, but I usually go with 30%. All right. The next thing is the recording date. What a lot of people do is, and well, I would say some people, they'll do a year, but I don't do a year because I want recording dates to be, pretty current. With this, time that we're in, the COVID-19, I would go back about 6 months from the time. So we're in today we're in the month of August right now. So I would go back about 6 months of recording date. All right. So the next thing is the auction. So we want auction properties, not in the past, but future auction properties. All right. So sometimes you'll get, auction properties from last year, and I don't think you want that in there. So we'll go with future. And property type, we're gonna go with, you're gonna open up residential and you're gonna uncheck all of these. And then you wanna go with single family. Now, if you wanna go with townhouses, you can do that. I would suggest that. Also multifamily, duplex, you wanna go with duplex. A lot of people don't really go with all of these. Because they're looking for a certain type property. Most people would do single family, but I would personally suggest going with townhouse, single family, multifamily, duplex. Now, if you're into wholesaling mobile homes, you can definitely do that. All right, so I'm gonna close this out. And the next step is the property attributes. Now let's open that up. Now, date last sold. Now you're not gonna add anything in bedrooms and property, size and lot size and all that. Now with date last sold, usually, right, with vacant properties or other, lead types, you'll add a year in there. All right. In this case, since you're going after pre-foreclosures, you want to leave it at any time. Don't do anything to it. Don't adjust it. Just leave it at any time. All right. So we're done with that area. We're going to open up owners, and I'm going to close out the property attributes, and going to go down here to our owners information. Now with owners, right? I don't want companies in there. All right. So I'm going to uncheck that, but I'm going to leave individual, owner occupied, non-owner occupied in-state, and non-owner occupied out-of-state. These are landlords, and you may want to go after those type of properties also. As far as result setting, I usually leave it at 100 per page. All right. So if you have a whole lot, then if you have more than 100, then you're going to get, multiple pages in this area. So I'm done here just like that. It's as simple as that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up, and I'm going to click apply changes. Now we have 246 unique leads that we could go after. Now, the next step, of course, is to add it in the marketing. This is where your list is going to be. Now, when you're done with this section, you can scroll. I'm going to scroll up, right? So when we're done with that section, this whole section, as far as the filters, these are all filters. When we're done filtering, what you can do is you could come over to the section, and you could look at the auction dates. So you'll see all the auction dates over here. Here's one auction date, this year, December, and auction date here. And you can check out all the auction dates. As far as this whole list is concerned, these are HELOCs. Now, HELOCs are home equity line of credit. All right, so it's giving you a notification that there's an HELOC taken out on this property. You could click on it, and you'll see that there was a $120,000, home equity line of credit that was taken out by the owner on this particular property. If it's in pre-foreclosure and then there's a HELOC, maybe there's a really good situation here where you can actually, no situation in pre-foreclosure is really good on the seller's side. But on the buyer's end, this is an opportunity where, it's there are multiple, problems with this property. You could pretty much go after this property. So, you could check out some of the HELOCs and see if it makes sense numbers wise. All right. So we're going to scroll up, and we're going to save this list. You click here, highlight all of these properties, and then you're going to create a new marketing campaign. Now, you're not going to run a campaign, through REIPro. This is just how REIPro is. This is how you save your list. And then we're going to go with pre-foreclosure. Pre-foreclosure Los Angeles. And then we're going to, click add selected leads. There it is. Then we could go to marketing, right? And we could pull that list up. And that's pretty much it. You'll see that list in there, and you could download the list if you want and go ahead and skip trace it and all that good stuff. All right. So that's how you actually, generate pre-foreclosure leads in REIPro. So if you're using Propstream, we're going to get right into that right now. Here we are in Propstream. If you're an account holder, you know the drill. Go ahead and sign in. It's going to take you to this area, which is the search area. Now, if you're not familiar with what Propstream looks like and how it operates, then you're going to actually see, how you pretty much use the filters in this software. All right. So, come along the ride with us. And like I said, if you're an account holder, go ahead and log in and let's get started. So these are all the lead types. These are pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lead types. However, if you need more lead types, if you're going for more, if you want to go, access more lead types, you could go in here and you'll see flippers, tax delinquencies, failed listings, senior owners, vacant, tired landlords, and so forth. All right, so we're gonna first go in the search area right here where we search for our lead types or what area what market we're gonna actually market to. So we're gonna go with Los Angeles County. And the next thing you want to do is go ahead and click on pre-foreclosures. And as you can see, there are 1,861 pre-foreclosures. Here it is over here. Also 1,861 pre-foreclosures in the county of Los Angeles County, in Los Angeles County. All right, so let's get into it. Boom. All right, now we're in the filtering area. This is what I love about Propstream, the filters. And of course, Propstream has so much filtering option that you could use. Unlike REIPro that has, just a few. Now, it's not always about how much you have, but how effective you can be. All right, so we're gonna go in here and, click on property characteristics, and we're gonna check off residential with property type. We're gonna go with single family. We're gonna also check off multifamily. And I'm not going to check condos and stuff, but multifamily 2 to 4, multifamily 5+. And we're going to go down here and we're going to check off duplex. We're going to also select quads right here. And let's go down a little bit more. And we're going to select townhouse residential and triplex. All right, so those are our property types, and we're not going to select any bathroom and all this other stuff down here. We're pretty much done with this area. Now, one of the things that I like about Propstream is when you go into the next filter, you don't have to close this out manually. Unlike REIPro, you got to close each filter out manually. But in here, if we're going to go to our MLS status, we're going to click on that, and automatically this last filter is going to pretty much close by itself. All right, so in MLS status, we're going to select no. We don't want it on the market. It's asking, do you want on-market property? So we're just going to select no, and we're done here. So let's go into our pre-foreclosure and bank owned. Now, as far as status, we're going to select notice of default and list pendants. All right, recording date. In this case, we're going to go 6 months back, which would be February. And I'm going to select February 1st. In this box, we're going to leave this empty in this area. Now with auction date, so we're going to select, August 21st, that is today, and anything after August 21st, which is future. All right. So we're going to look over here. Look at that. No matching results. Remember I said earlier, it's not all the filters that you have that makes the difference, but how effective you can be with the filters that you have. Remember, REIPro showed us all the future, auction dates, and in here we're not getting any. All right, so if you're using Propstream, what I would suggest is, X this out, so you could pretty much delete this auction date and go to the next filter. So leave that blank. Now, the next area we're going to go in is default amount. All right, so it's a little bit tricky. What you want to do is, whether you're in a big or small city, let me say that, you want to leave this minimum area blank. Do not add any numbers in there. All right, but if you're in a big city, you want to go with $170,000, right? Go with $170,000. If you're in a small city, what I would recommend is go with $100,000. All right, so we're gonna leave the $170,000 since Cali is pretty much a big city, and with ownership. So we're done with ownership. Now in owner's info, right? As far as years of ownership, we're going to leave this blank, but with, certain other lead types, what you want to do is you want to go with, let's just say vacant property. That's a pretty popular lead type. If you're going with years of ownership, a lot of people do 10 years or more, including myself. Some people will go with 12 years or more of ownership. All right. But in this case, we're going to leave with this pre-foreclosure data that we're pulling. We're going to leave this area blank. All right, now we're going to go over to our ownership type. We're going to select individual. We're done with there. And we're going to go straight down to our valuation, and equity. So we're going to actually skip bankruptcy and divorce, and we're going to go straight to our valuation and equity. Now, with valuation and equity, we're going to go straight down to our estimated equity percentage. And just as we did in REIPro, in here, we're going to select 30% equity or more. So we're going to leave max empty, okay? Anybody who has an account with Propstream, always remember, whatever lead type you're going after, always select include unknown equity. All right. So as you can see here, we have 368 unique properties. We're going to select that, and you're going to see that change. All right. So it's going to give you a little bit more, which is 372. That's just 4 more properties. But guess what? Those are 4 good properties that you could pursue. All right, now we're done with this section. We're going to go to mortgage info. And the last thing that we want to do here is we want to go straight to number of open mortgages. All right, so we're going to select 1. All right. Now we're down to 218 unique pre-foreclosure properties. So we're going to close that out. You can also, before you close out, you can pretty much just look over your information in this section. If you need to delete anything out, you could do that with this X just by clicking this little X. But we're good. All right, so we're going to close this out. Now, over here, we have, of course, 218 unique pre-foreclosure properties. So the next step is to pretty much select all the properties and save them in our properties. So you're going to, check off the master checkbox, and you're going to go over here and add to list, and you're going to create new, and you're going to add whatever you want to add in there. All right. So I'm going to add pre-foreclosure Los Angeles County. All right. So we have pre-foreclosure Los Angeles County, and we're going to save that. We're going to close that out. And, you could go over to your properties. Like I said, if you have an account with, Propstream, you know the drill, you know what to do. Go over into your properties, access that list, and, download it or export it, skip trace it, and mark it to that list. And that's pretty much it. Now, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I believe in reciprocity. Anywhere you get value, add some value back, and just add some value back just by clicking that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Also, click that notification bell, man, because, YouTube is not sending out creators videos to 100% of their subscribers. So, you know how that whole algorithm is. So, click that notification bell so you could get, notified when I, upload new content. I'm going to be hitting this hard for the rest of this year, 2021. It's August 2021 now. So I'm just going to be dropping a whole lot of value to you guys, moving forward. So, hey, thank you for watching this tutorial. See you in the next video. And as usual, God bless. Peace.